can't believe it! He had the corpse hidden under the blanket? So, that four-eyed detective was sleeping next to a dead body. I'm so jealous!
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. Zilch was lying in bed with the corpse. He got up once the smoke screen was ready. He took the corpse out from under the blanket, pulled the knife out of the cushion, and stabbed it. That way, even after he switched with the corpse, he could just hide to avoid me.
Where did Detective Four Eyes hide after that?
It must have been someplace with easy access, which must mean... under the bed. He could have quickly hid there.
Which means, if you checked under the bed at the time, you would have caught that four-eyed idiot.
But back then, I was in such a hurry to warn the other master detectives. I'm sure he calculated all that too. He knew I'd panic.
Maybe he was planning to take advantage of you from the very beginning, and that's why he let you live.
Yeah, I think Zilch was the one who peeked into the restroom while I was sleeping there. I was supposed to be sleeping in the infirmary, so he must have planned to move me before committing the crimes. I passed out in the restroom, but that didn't hinder his plans, so he went with it.
Speaking of which, wasn't it Detective Four Eyes who told you to go to the first car?
Yeah, he must have planned to make me witness everything and set me up as the culprit.
Aha! I think I'm starting to see the whole picture now. Not bad, Master. Maybe you were a big shot detective before you lost your memories.
No. If I really was a great detective, I would have caught the culprit in the infirmary before any of this happened.
I guess so. By the way, where did he get the corpse he was hiding in the blanket?
That corpse? Well, Again!
I won't let you go any further!
Getting in our way again, huh? If you stand against my ruthless master, he'll chop you up and stir-fry you with veggies for dinner.
I will not!
Master, I'm lending you a hand from here on out. I'll assist you when you're in a pinch.
Huh? Assist?
It's the rule of the Mystery Labyrinth to assist whoever you're accompanying. Now let's go, Master. Looks like you might not need us. This could be the clincher.
Mit Hilfe von Assistieren wird dir dein Partner im geheimen Labyrinth unter die Arme greifen. Wenn das Assistieren eines Partners aktiviert ist, fügt die Aussage eines mysteriösen Phantoms keinen Schaden zu. Verwende es also um genauer zu sehen, was es sagt. Kuchis Leiche, Aphex Leiche, Zanges Leiche.
Enough of your nonsense! You think he swapped with a corpse? It'd be impossible to switch like that. Someone who could replace Zilch would need to be the same size as him. He didn't have a bag that could carry a corpse.
Scheiße. Ich habe die Aussage nicht mal gelesen.
I won't let you pass! Enough of your nonsense!
Genug von deinem Unsinn. Also,
You think he swapped with a corpse? It'd be impossible to switch like that. Someone who can replace Zilch would need to be the same size as him. He didn't have a bag that could carry a corpse. It would have been down at the station. It'd be impossible to get it on board. There was no corpse to replace anyway.
This is the truth.
There's no need to bring an extra corpse for the swap. He just needed to reuse a dead body on the train. It's Aphex's body from the 5th car. He and Zilch are nearly the same height, and both have stab wounds in their chests. So the corpse that was switched was Aphex's.
Damn it! How could someone like you find the truth?
He looks completely obliterated.
Now we don't have to fight anymore.
Even if that's true, don't let your guard down. The mystery island isn't over yet. Stay alert.
All right.
Ups. Mir fehlt aber immer noch das Warum.
Wow. Who would have thought that short-tempered idiot would be used for a body swap?
Thinking back, the reason the corpses in the 1st and the 5th cars were burnt was to switch them out. But the corpse was so badly burned that I couldn't tell it was Aphex. That must be what the necklace was for, so I could identify him.
Well, reusing a corpse is rather environmentally friendly of the culprit, don't you think? He totally went green. I mean, we gotta recycle everything in our day and age, so you gotta get the most value out of corpses too, you know?
Boah, ich hab so drin.
Zilch?
Wait, I am not the culprit. I am a victim who was already killed. So, leave me alone!
Hey, he ran away! After him, Master!
Yeah.
You said the body in the 1st car's infirmary wasn't me, but Aphex? But you went to car 5 after car 1 and discovered his corpse there. How was the corpse transported from car 1 to car 5?
Hier zeigt es uns
It
gerade.
require moving past you.
That's right, if he surpassed us, when did that happen?
Während des Blackouts.
Where did he run off to?
Another mystery that needs to be solved.
Sind Shinigami? Wie hatte der Täter die Leiche bewegt, ohne dass wir es bemerkt haben? Ist der Täter drin oder draußen durchgekommen? Was stimmt, Meister? Also ich muss einfach weiterrennen.
If he'd gone outside the train instead of through it, he could have passed us.
No, that's impossible. 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 Impossible.
Zilch turned into a mystery phantom!
Get it, Master! Boom kill him until there's only a sorry slab of flesh left!
If they didn't pass through the train, you think the corpse was brought in from outside? The windows are all locked shut.
Ups. Das war ein Fehler.
If they didn't pass through the train, you think the corpse was brought in from outside? The windows are all locked shut. The door's locked when the train is moving. We know the train never stopped once. If the windows and doors are shut, there's no way to get out while the train is moving. No issues occurred during the train's operation.
This is the truth! No, there was something strange. The blackout and shaking that happened when I was in car 2 and car 4. When the blackout occurred and the shaking started, I'm certain something else happened in the train. Maybe it has something to do with the mystery of the moving corpse.
Don't be stupid! So what if there was a little blackout and some gentle swaying? Forget the shaking in the blackout. They were nothing but coincidences. The blackout was just a bad contact. The shaking was the tunnel air pressure. There's nothing odd about that. It's all just a coincidence. It's impossible to include that in a criminal plot.
Come on.
No. Hat sich das echt zerschlagen
Forget
müssen?
the shaking and the blackout. They were nothing but coincidences. The blackout was just a bad contact.
I'll slash through this mystery. No, the blackout didn't occur because of a connection failure. It was due to the main control system failing and switching to the backup control system.
Einem Ausfall des Hauptkontrollsystems wechselt es nach einer Sekunde auf das Backup-System.
The blackout occurred during that 1 second when the system switched over.
Hey! He ran away! A fleeing phantom is a bad phantom!
Is there such a thing as a good phantom?
After him! You gotta keep solving the mystery and boom kill that mystery phantom!
Hey!
Wollt, Doggo. Sei ein braves Hündchen.
Master, you may know the cause of the blackout, but what does that have to do with how the corpse was moved?
The failed main control system was in Car 1, where the body swap occurred. If so, then the main control system's failure must have something to do with moving the corpse.
So maybe the culprit broke the main control system. He must have attempted to stop the train to bring in the corpse from the outside.
Nein, übers Dach.
But the train never stopped. The operation log confirms the train was moving the entire time. So I don't think he broke the system to bring the corpse in.
Then why did the main control system fail?
It must have something to do with moving the body.
But you're unsure exactly how, huh? In that case...
Ups.
I knew it! A mystery is blocking you! Anything blocking you in here is also a mystery. So let's solve it to keep on going. So this is the question we're facing right now.
The main control system must have failed because something happened in the first car. If that's true, what exactly happened? If it's related to the body being moved, then how?
Master's expression is so serious. He must be thinking hard. Well, as his mentor, I better think hard too. The main control system failing, the blackout, the train shaking. Oh yeah, why did the train shake like that? There was a blackout right before entering the tunnel that was caused by the main control system failing. But the culprit didn't destroy it, so the blackout happened because... wasn't there some shaking right before the blackout too? After the whole train shook, the blackout... I don't get it.
That's right! The train shook right before the blackout. We still don't know what caused that to happen. Whatever it was strong enough to make the entire train shake. It caused the main control system to fail and resulted in a blackout. If it had something to do with moving a body, then what must have happened was...
Ooh! Did I give you the assistance you needed? Close to solving the case now? Then it's time to combine our powers and solve this thing! Let's go, Master! Lay it up!
Oh, es gibt wieder Bikini. Das Hauptkontrollsystem fiel aus, als Wagen 1 rüttelte.
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Okay. Vielleicht ist etwas mit dem Zug passiert, als er ruckelte.
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Ich habe keine Ahnung.
Made it in the nick of time.
Ente 2, 4, 6. 6 Buchstaben. R ist es nicht. T? Nee. Keine Ahnung, was da hinkommen soll. Ich habe keinen blassen Schimmer.
Master, you may know the cause of the blackout.
The fail... If so...
So he must... try to solve it lickety-split. That's right. Right.
Int.
That's right.
Entko. Entkommen. Entkoppelt. EL.
Go, go, go.
Ah, aufs D komme ich jetzt nicht mehr.
Right.
Ich sagte aber, dass unser Typ das umdrehen soll. Der Schildchen.
Could it be that the first car was separated from the train?
Huh? Separated? What? Seriously?
Yeah. The reason why the main control system failed was because the first car was cut off from the rest of the train we were riding in.
Das habe ich jetzt aber auch eher als Zufall gefunden, ne, als Try and Error. Ich habe halt random irgendwie dann auch angefangen, auf Buchstaben zu schießen. Also, das war nicht so klar, wie es scheint.
Let's keep going for now. Master, I don't really get it. What do you mean the first car was cut off?
The shaking happened just before the blackout, right? Huh? Did it just shake? What was that? The lights went out for a moment and came back on.
Ich weiß nicht, warum mein
That
Mikro die ganze Zeit
time, the
anschlägt.
first car was disconnected from the rest of the Amaterasu Express. As a result, the main control system failed, and after a brief blackout, it switched to the backup.
But why cut off the first car? Why go through all that trouble?
Of course, to move the body in the train car. To do that.
Das nimmt jedes kleinste Geräusch auf. Sogar lautes
There it
Atmen.
is again. It's bigger than ever.
How much longer will this keep happening? I feel like I'm going to suffocate.
Now's not the time to be suffocating.
Machen wir mal Celero rein.
Again?
We need to resolve the mystery at hand.
Given that the first car was cut off, so that the body could be moved.
Waggon
Right.
oder
I
Abteil.
think I see what happened.
Seems like you got it. Let's do this. Lay it all out, Master.
Geh mal von Waggon aus.
Are you ready to play the Shinigami puzzle? Set up. Great. That's right. Tick tock, tick tock.
Oder Wagen.
Great. Great.
Oh yes. Shinigami könnte nach Junko der beste Charakter aller Changsoft, Spike
That's right.
Changsoft-Teile
He
sein.
transported the corpse using the entire first car. That's why the first car was disconnected.
Transported the corpse? With the entire car? Nonsense. Shut up! The first car is at the front of the train. Aphex's corpse was in the 5th car, in the back. Even if you detach the front car, how do you move it all the way to the rear?
Master, don't be scared. Lots of villains transform after they've been cornered.
Calm down. Stay calm. Think. How could you swap the position of the 1st and 5th cars? If I can answer that, I can solve this mystery once and for all. How did it happen?
That reminds me. Master, earlier when you were talking about the shaking and mentioned the blackout? Blackout only happened once, but the shaking happened twice.
Yeah, it definitely shook 2 separate times. Right before entering the tunnel, and right after leaving it. The first time was when the train car was disconnected. But what about the second? Something happened to the train then, too. The shaking at the end of the tunnel felt similar to when car 1 disconnected.
Wurde wieder angekoppelt.
There's no point thinking about it. You're stuck in this labyrinth for all eternity.
Master, here it comes! You gotta solve the mystery and defeat him!
Your deductions aren't worth a damn thing. Because they're all wrong from the very beginning. So it shook twice near the tunnel. What of it? You mean the train car was separated and connected? Why would that even matter? Even if you managed to separate car 1, how could it be moved to the rear? The train was always running on the same tracks. There's no way to shuffle the train cars around.
That's true.
For now.
So it shook twice near the
Dann
tunnel.
muss es irgendwie mit dem Streckenplan zu tun haben.
What of it?
Ich will mal kurz gucken, wie das aussieht.
The train car was separated and connected? Why would that even matter? Even if you managed to separate car 1, how could it be moved to the rear? The train was always running on the same tracks. There's no way to shuffle the train cars around. This is the truth.
No! At that time, not all the cars were moving on the same track. The track that the Amaterasu Express was on separated into double tracks right before entering the tunnel. So by taking advantage of the double tracks, it's possible to switch out the train cars. The first time the train shook was before entering the tunnel, which was caused by car 1 separating. After that, the separated car 1 entered the other track, while the rest of the train proceeded on the main track.
Verstehe ich nicht. Immerhin sind wir danach ja nochmal durch den ganzen Zug gelaufen und der war genauso aufgeteilt wie vorher. Das heißt, es hätte eigentlich so passieren müssen, dass Junge Wagen 1 gesehen hat. Dann, oder quasi Wagen 5, ne, war Wagen 1, weil wir sind ja reingekommen, da stand eine fette 1. Dann müssen wir ja nach vorne gegangen sein und dann muss die Leiche ja irgendwie in Wagen 5 gekommen sein. Oder halt Wagen 1 müsste so zerstört worden sein, dass man den dann als Wagen 5 interpretiert hätte. Aber das müsste dann ja wieder quasi zurückgeswitcht worden sein und das wurde es aber nicht, weil wir sind durch den ganzen Zug gelaufen.
The two tracks rejoin after the tunnel. That's where car 1 connected to the end of the train. This is when the train shook for the second time.
You're right! The first car moved all the way to the back!
Normally, it's impossible for a single train car to function on its own, but the Amaterasu Express is special. The control system will supply electricity as programmed and drive the train. But all train cars on the train have motors that run autonomously.
If each train car can operate autonomously, then car 1 can function on its own! Doesn't that solve everything? It's time you gave up!
No! That's crazy!
Huh? What?
Using your method to rearrange the train cars would connect the first car to the end, which would leave it behind the fifth car. In other words, it becomes the sixth car, but that doesn't exist. So, you're telling me you found Apex's corpse in the non-existent sixth car?
Oh, you're right.
Do you get it? You're the one who's wrong. Everything you've deduced is wrong!
No, I'm not wrong. The truth lies just ahead of us. I will prove it to you.
Are you ready to play the Shinigami puzzle?
Der Amaterasu Express war von Anfang an ein hier Waggonzug. Ach, deswegen war auch hier der 5. Abteil immer gesperrt. Aber hätte Yuma da nicht auffallen müssen, dass als er zurückgerannt ist?
Maybe the Amaterasu Express doesn't have 5 cars. What if there were only 4 cars to begin with? If that's the case, then to me, car 1 could be made to look like car 5.
Huh? So, there weren't 5 cars the whole time, but instead 4?
Außerdem, ich weiß nicht, ob das irgendwie ein Bug war oder sowas, aber der Zug ist doch stehen geblieben, oder nicht? Wir haben doch irgendwie in Folge 2 oder 3 aus dem Fenster geguckt und dann fuhr der Zug nicht.
That's why Melanie said the 5th car's door was broken while we were in transit.
But you can't access the 5th car, the one at the end. The door appears to be broken and won't open. So, it wasn't broken. The 4th car was actually the farthest one back from the get-go?
I'm sure the real 5th car was left behind at the station when we departed. So the train took off with only 4 cars. There was another car 1 at our destination. If it connected upon arrival, then the train would have 5 cars again. So the car 1 where I was knocked out became the 5th car at the end of the line. And when I was questioned by the peacekeepers, the car 1 there was another car prepared at the station specifically for this plot.
The real car 1 was waiting at the station's platform, and all the peacekeepers there would have noticed it. So they were all in on it.
Or you can assume that the peacekeepers themselves were the ones who prepared the other Car 1. If there was another Car 1, then there will be something that sets it apart from the original Car 1. For example, the way the window glass was broken in the infirmary will be different from how I broke it.
You mean when you used the fire extinguisher to smash the infirmary's window? So they knew you would do that? That's how they were able to imitate it in the new Car 1?
I think I was set up to reach for that fire extinguisher. The fire extinguisher was left in a conspicuous spot in the hallway. They wanted me to use it to break the window. And that's how they pulled off swapping the 1st and 5th cars while in transit. It was all a trap to set me up as the culprit. Isn't that right? Zilch?
All right, we're almost there. Let's catch this culprit. That was a pretty solid
Will nicht, dass
detection.
Shinigami wieder zu diesem Kugel Luigis Menschengeist wird.
Impressive. Of me for seeing your potential.
It's so strange. It doesn't feel like I'm learning this stuff, more like I'm remembering it. Maybe I was even a high-ranking detective in the WDO.
Now's no time for bragging. You still gotta catch him.
Right! Everything feels different here.
This is just the calm before the storm. Be careful. You don't know what's gonna happen next. You know, making the first car look like the 5th was a really big trick to pull off. I'm surprised the train cars could disconnect and reconnect so smoothly.
The train's automatic operating system must have had it programmed before we departed.
Even the trick with the swapping train car?
Probably. It had to have been done automatically.
Well, it'd be easy for Amaterasu. They own the train.
That's what I'm worried about. Even if I obtain the truth here, won't they just ignore what I say and arrest me anyway?
I keep telling you not to worry about it. As long as you have the truth, the culprit can't escape.
Why are you so sure of that?
Genau deswegen habe ich das Gespräch abgewartet.
What is this?
Looks like a fort to me. With this kind of protection, I bet the truth is in there for sure. You just have to destroy it.
So the truth is here.
You can't have the truth. It's impossible to destroy this fortress. Just give up and leave!
Whenever a culprit takes a last stand like this, you know we're just a step away from unriddling this labyrinth.